Hello guys, this is Utkarsh. I'm back again with another video on JavaScript. This time we are going to study about some advanced topic in JavaScript, which until now we haven't been touched upon. So we'll see what are those new topics. So let's see. Here there are actually 5 experiments that we have to perform today. So let's move on to the first one. The first one is write a JavaScript code to display digital cloud. We have been given some sample code. So to for our conveniency, they're given that to declare a object of date, we have to do var d is equal to new date. This d is the object, and then there is to get hours or minutes or seconds from that. Then there are functions get hours, get minutes, and get seconds. And then to call a function after every particular interval of time, we have a function set interval, function name, comma, time in milliseconds. So this is the syntax. It's a easy one. You can see this is the original log. When the document loads, it gets the current time from the system, and then it keeps on incrementing the time. So here is the code. You can see there is a function we have formed in JavaScript, display function. Then this function declares an object D of type date, and then there is document.date by id time.html is equal to d.getHours. So this will display the hours, d.getMinutes. This will display the minutes, and then d.getSeconds. This will take seconds and then display on the web page. So then after this function, we have declared this thing set interval display comma 1000. So this display function will be called after every 1 second. This actually time is in milliseconds. So after every 1 second it will be called. So that's how this time is being incremented. So it's a very easy one. Now see, let's see the second one. The second one, you have to write a JavaScript code to change background color for every 30 seconds. So what we are going to do, every 30 seconds, the background color should change. There may be some, yeah, there is a sample code or hint for us. That is for red color, that is math.floor. What does this math.floor does? Math.floor then math.random into 2 First of all, this math.random generates a random number between 0 to 1. So that will be something, example 0.63. If we want to have some random number between 0 to 255, so what we'll do, we'll multiply it by 255. So we'll get that, and then because you know that in RGB the red, blue, and green have value from 0 to 255. So we are generating random numbers. This math.floor is like, suppose the result of this math.random into 255 is 6.73. So this will be floor, that means 6.7 will be the value. So this is how it works. Then to set the background color, that is document.getElement by id. So not this time getElement by id, this time getElement by tag name. Obviously body tag, that is the whole background you want to change. So body 0 dot style is equal to background color plus color. Color is the variable that we have already declared here. That is RGB red, green, blue. Red, green, blue we are getting from here. So this is how we have to create it. Let's see our code. Here you can see there's a function set background color in JavaScript in a script tag. What it will do? It will initialize red, blue, and green, three variables containing some random numbers from 0 to 255. This math.floor math.random into 255. This will generate a random number between 0 to 255, and then this color will set the will get the color of the background, and then this is RGB. plus red plus green plus blue. So this will be the color. Color will be stored in this color variable, not exactly color, that will be color ID, the hexadecimal value. And then there is a statement document dot get element by tag name body 0 dot style equal to background color plus color. So it will change the background color. So actually this function, what it is doing, it is changing the background once. So we'll call again the same thing that we used in the previous example, set interval. Set interval function name comma seconds. So what we are doing here, we are the example is given 30 seconds, but for our convenience, we will take 1 second. Uh, so here I have declared that is 1000 milliseconds per 1 second declared, and so you can see this is the dynamic background that we are getting. After every 1 second, the background color is changing because this set background color function is called after each second. Now let's see the third example. The third example is create event handlers that will increase the font size when a mouse moves over a paragraph and decrease the size when the mouse moves off the paragraph. So let's see what's this. So you can see when I move the mouse, just I'm moving the mouse. I'm not pressing key. I'm just moving my mouse here. So it's zooming out. When I'm taking the mouse away, it zooms out. Zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. You can see. So how this thing happens? Let's see. Yeah. So in a script tag, you can see I've defined a function ink size that will increase the size of the text, and then decrease size, it will decrease the size of the text. So what I'm doing, document.getElement by ID para1. That is the para1 is the ID of the uh, division or the element that we want to increase the font, whose font we want to increase. Dot style, that is to get the CSS part style of that element, is equal to font size 28 pixel. So this is going to, suppose the normal font size is 16 pixel or something. So we are increasing it to 28 pixel. And then there is another function dict size which will decrease the size, and it is doing the same thing, document.element by id para1 dot style equal to font size 10 pixel. This time the uh, font size will be decreased. So how these increase size and decrease size functions are called, you can see uh, here I have used the event handler on mouse over. In this paragraph having id para1, I have used on mouse over is equal to ink size on mouse out, that is when the mouse will leave the that text area, decrease size. So on triggering this event, this functions will be called, and accordingly the work will be done. Actually, I find these experiments pretty much easy as compared to the previous exercise. uh, so let's see the fourth one. Here what we have to do, write a JavaScript code to move absolutely position car image when a user clicks the image button and stops the car image when a user clicks the stop button on the following web page. So we have been given some sample code. So we'll see the code afterwards. Means first I want to see what we have done actually. You can see there's a car. This is the GIF file that I have inserted in my document. When I press start, the car starts moving. When I press stop, this comes back to its original position. So what we have done, in our script, there is we have to create an image object img obj, and then there are some functions in it which will initialize the car to its place, that is image objects equal to document.determined by id image. So that will, this image object will point to this element that is having image, and then image object just child dot position is equal to relative. So it will set the position as relative, and then it will set the position to be 0 pixel. Style dot left is equal to 0 pixel. Then there is a function move right, which will be triggered when we click the start button, and then there is a function stop, which will be triggered when we'll click on the stop function. So img obj dot style dot left, this we are going to change here. Currently it's 0 pixel, so we are going to increase it by 1 pixel every time, like every second, or maybe every 20 milliseconds we are going to do that. So that's why we have used here an element is equal to set timeout move right comma 20. So after every 20 milliseconds it will increase by 1 pixel. So percent image obj dot style dot left plus 1, and then plus pixel. Now for stop, we'll clear timeout animate, and then image object dot style dot left is equal to 0 pixels. That's how it comes to its original position. And then we have given window dot onload init. So when the our document will be loaded, it will first will call init function so that it will initialize the image object, and then the position of the image, and the type of the position, that is the relative position. You can see in HTML, on in this start button I've put on click attribute as move right, and then in stop I've put this on click as stop function, what do we call. So this was our fourth exercise. So let's see the last one, the fifth one. Actually what we have to do in fifth one is we have to create an array of objects where each object describes us about the student and their properties for the name, register number, year of birth, and various things. Iterate through the array of students and display it on the web page. So we have to iterate it to the table. For each student, print the student name and register number. Like John register number is something, so we have to put this string, uh, apostrophe s register number is, then we have to display this. If you know Java much, you pretty much understand what I'm trying to tell. So now we have to use an if-else statement to categorize the student having date of birth before 2000 and after 2000, the year of birth actually. So here we have performed it. You can see here, you can see the text is already displayed. We don't have to do any input or something because I have kept the dummy text already in the code. This John and Joseph, both of them register number and date of birth is saved in this. So here you can see I have taken in my JavaScript code. I have taken a variable student, a student object which stores name is equal to John, roll number 123, and then date of birth is 20th April 1995. Then there is another person, Joseph, whose roll number is 46 and date of birth is 5th January 2001. Then what we have done, we have displayed the student's data in this format. John's register number is so and so, like that. So this is through this loop document by id demo dot inner html plus equal to, here we have used plus equal to append the student data. If we use only equal to, so each time we iterate the loop it will override the previous data. So that's why we have used this append, and then student I dot name, then our string, then student I dot roll number, then this is break line to move to the next line. Then there's another loop, we have to do this sorting also. The persons who are born before 2000 and the persons who are born after 2000, we have to sort them. So there is a loop for that. I equals 0, I less than student dot length, then I plus plus. What it will do, it will split First, this is var c is equal to student var c is equal to student I dot date of birth dot split. So you already know that what split function does. You know, in our date of birth, the string is 505 hyphen jan hyphen 2001. So this split function will split this 5 Jan and 2001 because we just want to access this year of birth, this 2001. So we will do it by this dob dot split hyphen, and then if we see uh, index is c dot length minus 1 less than 2000. So if the last element is less than equal to 2000 in document dot element by id dot HTML is equal to, it will display the students information as it will display the students information in some other element. And like first it is displaying in before and before 2000, and then it is displaying after 2000. This IDs are different before and after. You can see. So you can see before 2000 John 123 20 April 1995, and after 2000 Joseph 46 5th January 2001. So this is being displayed. Hope you have understood the JavaScript. In our next tutorial, we are going to study about jQuery. jQuery is a framework of JavaScript itself, but it's pretty much easy than JavaScript. There are functions that we can, predefined functions that we can use to animate text and do lots of fun. So that's all for today. Thank you.